Hey there, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pretty chord I just learned. Lord, I love Clemson football. It starts back early in the fall. I can't wait till next year when we raise that national championship flag, 'cause this is one of the best years we ever had. Lord, I miss Clemson football. I guess I'll have to wait till next fall. Today I get to see what it's like to not have Clemson football in my life. We play in the college playoff. We're gonna beat everybody we play and win it all. Today lets me know what July will be like when I don't have Clemson football in my life. Man, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the first time since a bye week that hadn't had Clemson football. Tonight is the Heisman Trophy presentation. Thank y'all for saying "May" there to me and complimenting my singing and stuff. It's all volunteer roadshow. Volunteer, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna hit the studio. I'm gonna make you a song. I'll run it by you and everything, get it pulled together. The only deal is that if I make you this song, you have to let me drive your new truck. It'll be a very hot place that freezes before you let me drive that truck. I know. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Beautiful truck. If y'all hadn't seen that truck, Lord, y'all are missing out. Go check it out. Right now, December the 8th. So, of course, if you're watching this later on, this is done and gone. If you're watching with me live, December 8th, Army-Navy game's going on right now. Army's going to blister them. We all know it. We all know it. But tonight is the Heisman Trophy presentation. Now, we do know who the Heisman Trophy candidates are, nominees, whatever it is. We got Tua from Alabama. We got that Haskins youngin from up there at Ohio State. And we got Kyler Murray from Oklahoma. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. We already know who's won this thing. Before I go into that, I thought I'm going to go to the Heisman. I'm going to go to the Heisman website, and I'm going to read some facts that they've given us. May there to all of you, may there all of you. I'm going to tell you who I think wins in just a second. But I'm also going to tell you that I just don't believe everything that's given to me. I don't believe everything that's told to me. I'm going to give you some facts about the Heisman Trophy. This is from the HeismanTrophy.com. It's inside their articles, balloting, how it works. So I'm reading this. I don't own this information. Don't try to sue me. I mean, Lord, you won't even get a trailer out of me. So, you know. Here's a quick primer on how Heisman voting works. Electronic ballots went out to 870 media members plus 58 former winners on Monday, November the 26th. They have until Monday, December the 3rd to return their ballots to this firm that counts them. Most of the voters are media members who cover college football on a regular basis. They're divided up into 6 regions of 145 members. Northeast, Southeast gives all these regions. Voters can select 3 players on their ballot. A first place vote allots 3 points to the player selected. Y'all can go in here and read the rest of this. I'm not going to go through all of this, but some of this I really wanted you to hear. I wanted you to see. A number that generally ranges from 3 to 6 players will be announced live the evening of December 3rd. The winner of the Heisman Trophy will be announced Saturday, December the 8th. Frequently asked questions. This is the one we all get to. Right? This is it. There we go. How many voters submit their ballots before all the games are completed? Now, this is something that even myself, I've questioned. You've heard several, whole ideas about who's doing what, when, and when votes are sent in. Very few. How many is a few? In 2017, just 11% of voters submitted ballots early. The vast majority, 89%, waited until after the final games were played. Yeah, Clemson Jacob just said this, and I said this weeks ago. We know that those early votes was Tua. I said that back in September. Is the Heisman Trust aware of who the winner is prior to the announcement? No. Though I imagine they're all sitting in the room with their buddies, and they look at them and go, I'm going to call a name, and if your eyes get big, that means he won. Is there a regional bias in the voting? Heisman voters are dispersed across various regions with the goal of reducing the likelihood of regional bias being a factor in the final outcome. With the advent, that's a big word, of the information age, the internet and social media, voters are more well informed than ever about the exploits of various contenders. Let me go ahead and tell you, they're just trying to smooth that over. I've been in the business world, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you. When you see picture after picture after picture after picture, hearing media figure after media figure after media figure after media figure, is that getting annoying? Because it was for me during football season when you sat there and you listen. Listen, Tua's very talented, but you sit there and you listen to Tua, you think he's the only one on the Alabama team who has any talent aside from Saban. When you have many weapons around you, you can look amazing. And I'm not knocking him. I've actually said I like Tua. I like his story. I think he comes from a good family. He's good. He's actually good for football instead of these bunch of punks running around. But I'm just saying, Tua didn't start getting pressure put on him until he played LSU. They won that game 29-0, but he threw his first interception in it. He played the very next week, threw another interception. Played Georgia, threw 2 interceptions, got his head knocked off. Anytime he started getting hit, he started getting hurt. There's a lot of guys out there who gets drilled into the ground week after week, who's not near the athlete that he is, that they continue to get up and continue to play. That's the question I have with Tua. I told you last night the glove's coming off. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. If Tua was my kid, I'd look at him and say, son, we should have given you more calcium or something, because every time you get touched, you get hurt. How are Heisman voters selected? That's boring. Can a returning Heisman winner vote for himself? This is really cool and annoying at the same time. Yes, Lamar Jackson is the most recent Heisman winner to have that opportunity. The year Lamar Jackson did what he did, that was incredible and stuff. Deshaun Watson should have won the Heisman Trophy, because part of being the best player to me is the results of your play. You can go out there and have 9,000 yards in a season, but y'all go ahead and take this to the bank. I don't care if you disagree with me. You're wrong, I'm right. Truth is, your play, if it doesn't equal some wins, you got a problem. There's an old story. I heard about, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounds like something that actually would have happened and actually had some yield to it. That Phil Jackson went to Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan was just young. He just took over. Michael Jordan, I think he had just scored like 60 points against Boston Celtics. This is when the Celtics were the Celtics, like, Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, the Chief, all them. And he told him, he said, listen, you scored 60 points against them. Yeah, but we still lost. Now I want y'all to stop and think about that. You just scored 60 points by yourself against one of the greatest teams to ever play in the NBA. Yeah. But you still lost. Do you not... No. Dear God. Are we thinking with our nipples? The truth is, you're supposed to have the end result of a good player. Listen to me. Listen to me. Is the whole reason we show up to the game. When I went and I seen Clemson play against South Carolina and against Louisville, I wanted to see Trevor Lawrence play, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, Lord knows if he would went in there and thrown for 1,000 yards, but they would have lost, I would have cared less about the 1,000 yards. I'd been pissed that they lost. Winning is part of being the best player. He told Michael Jordan, you're going to have to get your teammates involved. And when the rest is history. The rest is history. So, you know, it is what it is. May there to all of you. May there. Thank you all for saying hey to me. It's good to see y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all know me. Once again on rant. I'm one of two things. Once I start saying may there to all of you, Lord, I'll spend the next 20 minutes saying hey there to all of you. But if I sitting there and I just get on the rant, it's one or the other. You know how it is. Why doesn't the Heisman Trust wait until after the bowl game to hold the vote? I'm going to tell you right now, this is what... Now, Trust respects the integrity and tradition of the most meaningful regular season in sports. As a result, the Heisman has always been a regular season award. The regular season is all that matters to them. Tommy Frazier back in, 1995 when you blistered Florida at the Fiesta Bowl? And listen to me, y'all won 62-24 over Steve Spurrier's Florida team. And by the way, do me a favor right now. Do me a favor right now. May there to all of you. May, a ton of y'all. Good to see all of you. And Philip Bates, Bulldog, Washington Huskies, John Thomas. John Thomas, good to see here, says, first time you ever caught me live. Lord, I'm like a fish, don't throw me back. Good to see you, Jace the Tiger, College Football Talk. Good to see all of y'all here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all know a big snowstorm is supposed to be coming into the upstate of South Carolina where I live. If I drive about an hour up the road, I'll be in Asheville, North Carolina. They're calling from a foot to 2 foot of snow up there. Lord knows I'll believe it when I see it. But I got me enough beer. There, all of you. May there to you. Mary, all of you. College Football Talk, all of you. Good to see you. But I'm going to talk right here. I start saying hey to you. I'm going to get back to this. Why doesn't the Heisman Trust wait until after the bowl game? I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that's wrong. Patty Heverly, good to see you. Good to see all of you. Tommy Frazier should have won the Heisman Trophy that year. He should have won the Heisman. Can't even remember who won the Heisman that year, but I can tell you he should have won it. You're right, Volunteer Roadshow. If the only regular season counts, then the SEC championship doesn't. That means he can went over there and sat on the sideline and still won the Heisman. So I don't like that. I've always said that I feel like the Heisman Trust should push it to the end of the season. I'm a traditional guy. If y'all don't realize that about me, I'm a traditional feller. And can I address something with y'all? I'm going to give y'all just a few seconds to say yes or no, and that's fine. But I'm going to talk to y'all because I feel like I have a few new time people here. And I also have some people who will probably be joining me later on. But I want to talk about something here, and y'all just y'all tell me yes or no whether you want to hear it or not. It deals nothing with the Heisman. And then I'm going to go on back to the Heisman Trophy. I'm going to go over some numbers, and I'm going to hang this thing up. Recently, some people, and I've seen this. I really don't understand what it means. Has shown me some stuff that some people said about me. Now, between you and I sleep quite well at night, nestled next to my wife. And every now and again, Bobby Dirkens Jr., he's about to turn 3 in a couple of weeks. In fact, 12 days. He'll run in the middle of the night and hop in between us. That means if, me and her want to be you know, married like, we have to make sure we do it earlier on in the night because it just is what it is. Tyler Jackson, good to see you. Good to see you. But recently, I have seen where some people has said, we don't know what "may there" means. David Lockhart, good to see you. I'm doing good right now. Getting some stuff off my chest. And I did a video with Tailgating for Tiger that ended up on TigerNet. TigerNet, everybody, if you're a Clemson fan, you know, we had a great time. TigerNet, if you don't know what TigerNet is, it's kind of like the big sports reporting for, especially football for Clemson. And everybody in the area, they follow it. And they put up a video of me and Tailgating for Tigers. If you still hadn't seen the video of me and Tailgating for Tigers, well, I ran around and sang to Gamecock fans, which was a blessing. Still couldn't find that many. You missed out. But some people in the comments section, and I didn't even know about it, because I could care less, but I had my mama calling up going, are you all right? And I'm like, why wouldn't I be all right? I mean, unless I'm a gunshot victim, of course I'm all right. Tigers won. 3 touchdowns. And my daddy called me. My mom and dad, they divorced. They're like, my dad's like diesel and my mom is like fertilizer. They're great apart. You put them together, they'll blow up a government building. But they both called me. Are you all right? And then my sister called me. She's like, hey. She's trying to play it cool. You all right? I'm like, Lord, and better than ever. 5 in a row. We're undefeated. We know we're going to beat Pittsburgh. Why wouldn't I be good? And then I heard somebody on TigerNet, some people raked me over the coals. Talked awful about me. So I went there to go check it out. And I actually got a good laugh out of it. Some people question what "may there" means. And then they claim that they were from the South. And I might do a whole other reaction video on this. But I'm going to tell y'all because I feel comfortable with y'all. We're all family hanging out, right? Right. Even if you ain't a Clemson fan, we're a football family. We love football. Said they didn't know what "may there" means, but they claim to be a Southerner. Lord, I've been on job sites, men talking across 2 or 3 acres of land. Hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, how you doing? That's what it sounds like. So for some of you you don't know what it means, saying hey to each other, it just comes out "may there" when you're screaming across 10 acres of land. And obviously you don't know that because you're probably born around here, but you're one of those indoctrinated Yankee Southerners. And see, Marie, she knows, and she's from freaking New York City. So I just want to tell y'all, that's what it means. It is what it is. Thank y'all. I might do a reaction video. If I do that, would y'all watch it? Y'all just say yes or no. Might do it. Patty, I might do a video on "may there." Why wouldn't I? Might do it. Matt Champion just stopped in here. He's big Tide fan. Tide fan, good to see. Good to see y'all. Love you. Let's talk about a bunch of you saying yes. That means if you say yes, you got to pass that video around. You got to pass it around to your mama, your clergyman, custodian at work. Let's talk about some quick numbers, and I'm going to shut this sucker down. And then I might go ahead and do that video till "I may there." Here's some numbers to look at just real quick, and then I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win the Heisman. Starting off with Dwayne Haskins. Let's talk about this. Dwayne Haskins took J.T. Barrett's place. J.T. Barrett had incredible numbers at Ohio State. But between you and I, J.T. Barrett was not near as good as Dwayne Haskins, in my opinion. He has 100 touchdowns. I don't care. Remember results. I remember when they played Clemson. And Clemson beat the living dookie out of them. Y'all forgetting it. Dwayne Haskins' number is 4,580 yards, 47 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 70% completion yards. He didn't run the ball that much. Only about 122 yards rushing, 4 rushing touchdowns. Talented. I don't care who he plays for. That's good numbers. Kyler Murray. 4,053 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 70.9% completion percentage. Almost 12 yards per carry. I'm understanding that right. Anyway, 892 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns. Outrageous. Tua Tagovailoa. I said that right. 3,353 yards, passing 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 67.7 completion percentage, 190 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. Those are really good numbers. I'm not going to play here. I'm not going to play this whole team thing here. The issue is the Heisman Trophy. I can sit here and talk about players I think that overall are better, but I will say these players are really, really good. Tua is going to win the Heisman Trophy. Kyler might do that thing that happened to Peyton Manning, where Peyton Manning got overthrown by Charles Woodson. I'll never forget that as long as I will. The night before the Heisman Trophy, I was walking through an Applebee's in Seneca, South Carolina, which if you don't know where it's at, it's right outside of Clemson. Right outside of Clemson. Lake Kiowee is there, if you heard of that. That's where I grew up. And I'll never forget the Friday night before the Heisman presentation, I was out there, and they have like this homage paid to Peyton Manning. Everybody knew he was winning the Heisman. Even when the guy went up to say, and the Heisman Trophy goes to, his lips said Peyton Manning, but his voice said Charles Woodson, because everybody knew who had won it. And the winner is Charles Woodson. Charles was in the bathroom because he didn't even believe he had won it. Could there be a chance Kyler Murray wins this thing? Yes. You know it? I know it. All God's children knows it. But the truth is there a chance Kyler Murray could actually win this thing? Yeah. Very much. But he is going up against the brand of Alabama. He's going up against a brand. And I have a lot of respect for Alabama. Y'all know this. If you're first time watching this, you're an Alabama fan, you're going to think, he's talking trash about Alabama. I talk trash about my own team. If I talk trash about my own team, Lord knows. Not only gloves are off with you, I may even back over you with a car. Alabama and Clemson plays about as tough a schedule as the other one. Alabama play maybe a little tougher schedule. LSU's not what they're cracked up to be. Mississippi State, you're laughing. That's laughable. Until you get to Georgia, let's be honest with ourselves. I mean, you played 2 teams with a defense, and the offense never got off the bus. Clemson didn't play that great of a schedule. But I believe both teams are the top 2 teams in the United States. How was that? It's like you're talking out of 2 sides of your mouth. First of all, if I want to talk out my rectum, I can. My show. Second of all, I'm still right, because when those 2 teams play big teams, those other big teams have massive problems. Ask the teams who's played them in the past. It's bad. But Tua, you have to admit he's part of the brand. He's going to win that Heisman Trophy. He's going to win that Heisman Trophy. He won that Heisman Trophy weeks ago. Weeks ago. And if it's a close voting, I'm not a big math guy, but 11%, they said around 11% shows up early. 11% can be deciding if you have a close race. In fact, that could be miscalculated. Could Kyler Murray win? I'm just going to go ahead and end this right here. Could Kyler Murray win the thing? Yeah. But he's not. Tua's going to win this. He's going against not only Tua, he's going against the media. The media loves him. They love saying the name Tua. They love what happened in the national championship last year where he came in the second half and had a really incredible second half and overtime. You threw an incredible pass. It is what it is. I'm not taking away from him. He is talented. He deserves to be there. I'm just saying if you think that the brand is not going to win tonight, you might not need to drive right now. Okay, anyway, that's Bobby Dirkens here. I might go ahead and shut this thing down, load this up to YouTube, and then do my reaction. People talking about me on TigerNet. Y'all be good. Thank you so much. Good to see y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, my music is on iTunes. You can type in Bobby Dirkens, B-O-B-B-Y, D-I-R-K-N-S, D-I-R-K-E-N-S. You'll find me on iTunes. Peck your dookie chicken. He's a gamecock. Go laugh your brains out, and if you're a gamecock, try not to blow yours out. See y'all later. Y'all remember, keep showing up. Lord knows I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.